Greetings, Earthlings. It's Ben Aqua. I am here in lovely Chicago with the iPhone 10 and the moment wide 18mm lens. There's a huge helicopter right above me right when I started filming, so I promise I did not commit any crimes other than the crime of being way too cute for this video, and maybe even just for YouTube in general. I'm gonna walk around Chicago and just see what this moment lens and the iPhone 10 can handle, what they can do, kind of in a run and gun type situation. I'm filming on it right now so you can see this is what it looks like. Also testing out the stabilization on the iPhone 10. Come with me, let's go around Chicago. Let's just see what this lens and phone are capable of. Overall, I'm really impressed with the moment lens on the iPhone 10. Details are pretty sharp in the middle and they start getting a little blurry towards the edge, but it's not really a deal breaker to me. I'm shooting all these clips at 4K, 24 frames per second, using the rear camera and the native camera app with everything set to automatic. I really like adding the wide angle to the iPhone and shooting with wide angle lenses in general. To me, it makes environments just look a lot more spacious and dramatic, and I think it makes videos look a lot more cinematic. But that bagel was delicious. Kind of close to a New York bagel, not quite. So I actually came to Chicago to take photos of a couple of my good friends for their wedding. And I ended up officiating their marriage as well, because I started doing that recently and it's kind of amazing actually. But this lens is pretty cool so far. I really dig like how wide it is. I don't really have to hold out my arm all the way just to get like a really wide view. It's a little bit big and it's a little bit heavy. It's kind of cool to just have this. Oh, here comes the truck. Of course, right when you're filming, like the loudest things possible have to happen, right? Hashtag YouTube life. The water looks kind of dirty. I'm not gonna be swimming in that anytime soon. I just saw something actually like leap out of it. I don't know if it was like a snake or a human or a bird. I don't know what it was, but it did not look safe. Let's keep shooting. The moment wide lens comes in at $100 US. Plus you have to spend another $30 on a case just to attach the lens to your phone, which is a bit steep in my opinion for a lens that attaches to a phone, but it really does take your phone's camera to a new level. And psychologically, just having a lens attached to my phone kind of made me take my filmmaking a little more seriously. But adding a lens and a case to my phone makes it definitely more bulky. The lens is really easy to remove though, so it's not a huge deal once I'm in filmmaking mode. And of course, I'm in Chicago, so I have to visit the giant magical bean. Did you know that this work of art is actually the source of all YouTube energy, so if you touch it, you get like 3 million subscribers instantly? But seriously, it was so fun to experiment with the moment lens on this piece, because the wide angle expands your surroundings and everything just looks even more trippy than it already is. My original plan was just to shoot this area for about 5 minutes, but there were just so many different angles and shots that I was finding, and having the extra wide angle lens on my camera just made the environment even more fascinating. I felt like spending all afternoon in this area until this creepy cult with a bunch of people in yellow shirts showed up. in-body stabilization on the iPhone X is decent, but it's definitely not as good as my main camera, the Panasonic G85. So if you get the Moment lens, I would definitely recommend putting your phone on a gimbal, and then you're going to need to put a counterweight on the other side of the gimbal to balance out the camera plus the lens plus the case. I'll leave links to all the juicy gear in the description below, so be sure to check those out. Also note that when you have the lens attached to your phone and you try to zoom in, this happens. What's going on is the Moment lens is actually covering up the telephoto lens on your phone, so when the lens is on your phone, you can only use its wide-angle lens. With the Moment lens attached, I also noticed more light flares happening, but that generally happens with a lot of wider angle lenses that I use, so it's not a huge deal to me. Overall, I'm super impressed with the Moment wide lens, and I highly recommend it to anybody that wants to expand their iPhoneography. Do people call it that anymore? When you attach the lens to your phone, it kind of feels like you have a whole new camera. And for only $100 plus a $30 case, I think the Moment wide lens is definitely worth the money. I hope this video was helpful and maybe a little entertaining for you. And if you enjoyed it, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, you know what to do. Add me on Instagram, join me on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video.